Welcome back to the channel, and today we're talking Transformers, and I'm asking the question, who done it? Now, I've been looking around online for answers to this question for quite some time, but every time I do, I see a different name, a difference of opinion. Some forums have polls, one name for one and another name for another. So this question appears to divide the fandom quite some bit, and now I want to bring this question to my YouTube channel. So the question is, which Transformer destroyed the Beagle 2 Mars rover in Transformers 1? Now, I want you to all get involved with this and give me your views and opinions in the comment section below, because that is what this video is all about. Getting your ideas and seeing your theories and opinions on what happened in Transformers 1. And I'm going to give you mine too, but before we do that, here's a short refresher of what led to this question in Transformers 1. The Beagle 2 successfully deployed on Mars and operated for a few short moments, transmitting live images of the Martian surface to Earth. Then, without warning, a massive shadow appeared on its camera and all transmissions ceased. The official report stated that when the Beagle 2's parachute and airbag system failed to deploy properly, the craft crashed into the planet's surface. The mission was deemed as a failure, or so Sector 7 would have you believe. Once the threat of giant robots from space became clear, the President ordered Sector 7 to brief Defense Secretary Keller of what really happened. The rover had in fact transmitted 13 seconds of footage, including its own destruction by a large humanoid creature, a Transformer. So that is what happened in the first Transformers film, and now that we are all refreshed, I'm going to give you my views and opinions on who I think this is. So firstly, I'm going to rule out this being an Autobot, and I know to many you will think, well, that's obvious, it's not an Autobot. But you would be surprised, as I've seen plenty saying that this is an Autobot, and I've seen the name come up quite a few times that this was Jazz. Now, I don't think this is Jazz, and I really don't think it looks like him either. So my personal view is that this is not an Autobot, because the rover transmitted 13 seconds of footage, and at the end of that footage, the rover was destroyed. Does that sound like an Autobot? Not really. An Autobot for me would have a much more measured approach, be more inquisitive, and it's very obvious that the rover is no threat for a Transformer in any shape or form. So I can't believe an Autobot, after 13 seconds of coming into contact with the rover, would choose to destroy it. That's just not in their nature. So for me, this is a Decepticon, and I think the majority of the fandom would agree with that too. Now, the polls online have a mixed opinion of which Decepticon this is, but two notable mentions for this exoskeletal structure are Blackout and Starscream. Now, this is where things get a little bit grey, a little bit tricky, and a little bit sticky, because in terms of who this is out of the two, the fandom is divided. Because if I'm looking at this, I think it looks more like Starscream than Blackout. And there is detail out there that whoever this is didn't arrive on Mars alone, and that it was an infiltration team of Decepticons who touched down on Mars. Now, the Beagle touched down on Mars in 2003, and that was just a few years prior to everything that kicked off with the Transformers on Earth. And we all know that Barricade, Blackout and Starscream came to Earth in search of the cube. So this right here, where a Decepticon has encountered the rover, appears to be a part of the initial search for the cube. And it seems like this infiltration team were going from planet to planet looking for clues as to where the Allspark is. And ultimately, it could have been the Mars rover that led them to Earth. So it could have been any one of the three. It could have been Barricade, it could have been Blackout, or it could have been Starscream. But I want to try and narrow this down, and I do want to make a final decision on this, and then I want to get your views and opinions in the comment section below. So I'm going to look at temperament of these three Decepticons, and which one would be more than likely to attack the Mars rover. Which one has that destructive nature about them? Now, they're all pretty destructive, don't get me wrong, but I feel that Barricade and Blackout will be much more tactical in their approach if they encountered the Mars rover. Whereas Starscream, I think he'd treat the encounter with disgust, and that's why he would destroy it. We've all seen Starscream's attitude towards the humans when he touched down on Earth, and I don't think that attitude would change much when encountering the Mars rover. Even if Barricade and Blackout wanted to investigate, I believe that Starscream would destroy it before they even had the opportunity. So that's my opinion. I think Starscream destroyed the Beagle 2 Mars rover in Transformers, and now I want to get your views and opinions on it in the comments section below, because this has been a topic which has gone on for quite some time. I see it all the time, people talking about who they think this is, and everybody has a different theory on it, and I wanted to bring it to the YouTube channel so you could all get involved. So make sure you do, and make sure you check out my other Transformers content on my YouTube channel. We've got Autobot battles, Decepticon battles, Ultimate battles, and we've got Bumblebee the movie content too, and all other Transformers talk just like this. And all that's left to be said is please rate, comment and subscribe. This is Delzinski signing out.